Yeah, welcome to my presentation. My name is Till Woerfel from the University of Cologne, and I'm talking today about the promotion of multiliteracy and ICT skills in the 21st century classroom and present a small part of an intervention study in German secondary schools. In order to understand the first part of my study, you need to know one important fact about Germany, because Germany, in comparison to Scandinavian, but also Asian countries, is about 20 years behind in terms of digitization and digital education. So the results of the last ICAL study showed, for example, that 1/3 of the students never use text processors in classroom, and only 20% at least in most lessons. And most of the students only reach level 3 from 5 with regard to their competencies. That means they are able to create and edit documents and simple information products only with assistance. This fact has led to an still ongoing research initiative in order to design educational processes under the conditions of the digital transformation funded by the Federal Ministry of Education and Research in Germany. And within this research initiative, I completed a project aimed at developing and testing a learning environment that adopted the potential of writing software didactically to support and enhance writing processes in formal registers in secondary education. As part of the project, a learning environment was developed that takes into account empirical findings from reading and writing research. This included the modeling of reading and writing strategies. So this refers to higher order concerns of writing, and the modeling of the use of tablets and word processors. As you have seen in the facts, we had to start at the begin, so really modeling the basics of the use of a word processor. And a specific focus of the ICT trainings was also to use specific tools word processors provide, such as the spell checker, the thesaurus, and the second ICT training emphasized the use of the speech synthesis in order to revise texts. After this treatment, the students wrote specific texts in order to exercise the learned strategies, and they used keyboard and software or paper and pencil. And in order to test the intervention of the treatment, pre, post, and follow-up tests were administered. All the students had to read a given text to different topics, and for each measurement, they completed 2 writing tasks, one in the paper pencil setting and the other one in the word processor and keyboard setting. A total of 153 7th grade students of 2 German high schools participated in the study, and they were randomly assigned to 3 groups. The first experimental group received the full treatment. The other experimental group only received the first ICT training, so they did not receive the second ICT training with the use of the speech synthesis, and the control group only received the reading and writing strategy training, so no ICT training. We assess the text quality by using external dichotomous text ratings, and in order to determine the effect of the treatment, we used linear mixed effect models and fitted the model with specific random intercepts, and other fixed effects were also included. So let's get straight to the results of the text quality in digital writing. I only focus today on digital writing, not on handwritten writing. And you see the results in the graph. In the pre-post comparison, only the first experimental group shows an improvement in the text quality, whereas the text quality of both the control group and the second experimental group, so that group that received both ICT training, slightly decreased. Interestingly, the text quality of this second experimental group only increases over time in the follow-up test, while the other groups slightly decreased. And this is also confirmed by the multi-level analysis, which showed significant interaction effects between time and the groups, specifically in the post-measurement between the control group and the first experimental group, but also in the follow-up test between both experimental groups and the control group. The results reveal that literacy training combined with ICT training has a short and medium-term positive impact on text quality. However, a greater intensity of ICT training only positively affects text quality in the medium term. For the following part, I have another fact about Germany for you, and this is the fact that heritage language learners are mostly monoliterate. This is mainly related to the circumstances that bilinguals predominantly acquire the formal register of German, and the acquisition of the heritage language mostly occurs in informal social settings, albeit there is the possibility of heritage language instruction. These opportunities and also the opportunities to write in formal contexts are rather limited. As a consequence, we see in research that bilinguals show uncertainty in heritage language writing, and they also often use then German orthographic principles when it comes to L1 writing. So in this context, I conducted a small case study within the EdTools project, taking under consideration that the writing tools that the student used in the treatment can also be used with numerous language, and so can be a benefit to multilingual students that only or mainly learned to write in the second language German. So I was interested how bilingual students may also transfer writing and ICT knowledge learned in the German treatment to specifically the L1 Turkish to improve their formal writing on an orthographic level, and if they also improve their text quality. So in this case study, 3 bilingual 7th graders of the second experimental group, so with all the ICT trainings, participated, and they indicated that they had some reading and writing competencies in Turkey, but they never attended Turkish heritage language instruction. So they had never a formal instruction to learn how to write in Turkish. And they also completed another writing task after the last follow-up test in German, which was also at a given topic on another topic. And they had to complete this writing task only with word processor and keyboard. So let's get into the results. We analyzed their writing and revision process with screen recordings, and the use or the analysis of the screen recording shows that the use of digital tools shows inter-individual differences, notably in the use of the speech synthesis. The students mainly used the spell checker or did manual revisions with the cursor. However, the results show that 2 students were able to independently reduce over 2/3 of their mistakes only through the use of these digital aids, and 1 student was able to reduce his mistakes at least half of it. So this is a very important result with regard to the benefit of digital aids in L1 writing. So what about the text quality? The result of the text quality here, the Turkish text quality is indicated in orange, show that the students' Turkish text reached at least the same quality as the German text in the pre-measurements. And the analysis of the text, but also of the screen recordings, showed that the students were able to transfer their learned strategies. The higher order concern strategies, but also the ICT knowledge from the treatment to their L1 writing. And considering that these students are not used to write in Turkish in formal settings and that they never had received formal instruction in Turkish, this is, in my opinion, a very impressive finding. So I come to the conclusion and future direction. First, the study showed that German students need time to process and apply new technologies in school-based text-oriented writing settings. This is very important under the circumstances that there's an ongoing debate how to integrate now large language models in schools. Students first have to know how to read and write a text with paper and pencil, but also with text processor and their tools before they can include also AI tools in order to write or revise text in order to critically approach to these AI generated text or feedbacks. So the second aspect I showed today was that bilingual students can transfer writing and ICT knowledge to their heritage language, and specifically for those students who are monoliterate or have limited access to literacy and writing in their first language, in their heritage language. This can serve as a gateway to literacy in heritage language writing. So these two aspects highlight the need for further didactic improvement to introduce digital technologies in German educational systems much earlier as we do it at the moment, and also to incorporate digital heritage writing didactics in the regular, but also in the heritage language classroom. So thank you for your attention. And if you are interested in heritage language research in Germany, then follow us on Instagram because I have a very promising other project where we combine ongoing research on heritage language in Germany. And you can, of course, also contact me. Thank you.